Duff, your host.
And I'm producer Barbie.
And together,
we bring you our podcast,
Insights and Straight Talk. And with that, producer Barbie and I are out. Fooled you with that one, didn't I? I'm going to do a little share here. And by the way, I apologize. This was a basically unannounced appearance. By the way, there's a lot of really cool things going on. I say that every time, and it's an exciting time to be alive right now, to be honest with you. So we've got some planning meetings today, some strategy meetings for the rollout in the podcast, the classroom. I'll get to some of that. But before I kind of chat with you guys, I mentioned the other day, we had on Friday, we had my very, very, very good friend and somebody I admire quite a bit because she's done so much and she's just such a kind-hearted soul. And I'm actually hooking her up together with another friend of mine. She's an artist. She's a musician and has all that Janelle rap from last Friday. Anyway, and then Joe Heap and I chatted last night. We're going to bring their two missions together, work together and coordinate some stuff because they both work with other musicians in their causes, and they both really have important and necessary causes and what they do is they play for the opening of different causes, events, things. That really went well. We're talking about a studio. He's out in California too, yesterday. But what I want to do is I want to show you this. Now, I may take this right off and quit sharing because, I don't know. We're streaming everywhere, and I don't want to overload the stream, the bits. So let's kick this off and see how it looks. This is. So, I'm from Huntington Beach, California. Mom's store, Fullerton Music Centers, Moe's Fullerton Music Centers has been a big part of my life and the reason we do a lot of the things we do. Very musical. My mom's always been very sales-oriented, very hyper, and very loud. Any of that sound familiar? She's become a bit of a legend over the 45 years she built that music company. Fender's across the street. They are not recently, about probably 10 years ago, the Fender Museum, and all the musical things we talked about. Lincoln Park, they used to come play there as well as many others. But this is something I did last night. And it's a compilation of Huntington Beach. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And in the background, we talked about Janelle on Saturday did the very last concert, that's going to be played at Moe's Fullerton Music Centers. I guess in the next couple of weeks, it's shutting down. I don't know a lot about it, unfortunately. So here we go. This is my little ode to that little conversation right there. I hope this works. It's lagging. All right, so I've got to figure another way to do that because that doesn't go on to I'm actually running that off the Facebook page that we have, and I thought I could, because if I do YouTube, you know what? We're also streaming to YouTube now. So what I mean is that that's skipping, and it doesn't do any service. It looks great on my laptop over here, but it does not do the job. So, you know, I'm back here just giving some love and appreciation. If anybody has any questions, I'm pretty sure we usually have questions by now, but I'm pretty sure I fixed the error from yesterday. Let me look. Sorry, I got to do this. I want to see it. Usually I get somebody yelling at me if it's not on. Invite sent. Okay, that's a different thing. Well, hey guys, let me know if you can talk. You know what I'll do? I'll put it up LinkedIn because there's a few people there that's not what I meant to do. And this is what I meant to do. So here's our Facebook page. Oh, I'm not sharing still. Okay, real quick. This is our Facebook page right here. And see, there's kind of the wave. See Janelle in the background there. See the guitar, and you hear the guitar music, obviously. But the really cool that you can almost see it there, but it's honey, it's a wave. I used to surf. I actually in high school, my first class, my senior year, I lived right there on the beach. The high school, I could hear the waves crashing the shore from my science class. Maybe that's not something to be proud of. I should have been paying attention to more science class, I guess. But that's our, well, we've got multiple pages. Okay. Thank you, man. I was getting a little nervous there. I'll pull you up there in a second. But anyway, that's that. That's Janelle. The last concert, and there were other people that came in onto the stage, and it was a pretty special thing. I'm not there, but it's very cool. Anyway, I think I'll pull that down and I'll start chatting with you guys. Again, I got to make this really short today because so I said we have a strategy. I keep doing that, damn it. We have a strategy meeting on at 11 o'clock today as far as the rollout of the new school classes. Let me see if I missed anything here. How do you balance real-time data with long-term trends? Oh, wow. I did say this is an open conversation. You're nailing me in the head here. Okay, so I got to think. How do you balance real-time data with long-term trends? Well, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. That's easy. That's fairly so. If I'm reading this right, and let me know if I'm not reading this right. But what I see, hey man, I'm sorry, there's a couple hundred people here on, but all right. Thank you. We need the support. I'm on a mission to teach AI to the great American middle class. That's a school class and community we're rolling out in the next, I'd say within 2 weeks. I'll update you on that in a week. So we'll see where we are. There's my buddy Bradley. I told you I'd shout out to you, but back to, I think he keeps coming on. That was a good thing. Anybody, I'll shout out to you. If you keep coming back, you got to stay all the way through. This is going to be a short one. It'll be easier. But that empowerment of the great middle class, the small businesses, the people that work within companies and people who, share information and little podcast people like me, and across the board. I mean, nurses and doctors and blah, 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 blah. I mean, fill in the blank. So that's what this show, as you know, is all about. If you hear the last few shows, I'm not going to say anything direct, but if you hear the last few shows, including today, there's another mission that has been presented to me, I guess, for lack of a better word. And so there's going to be a lot of energy coming out of this show. Wow, I got lights in my, wow, let me do that. Can I hold my head like that all day? Oh yeah, remember? I was doing that this morning. That dude's dead on, man. I'm just like, that does open you up, that energy. There's something to that, man. Check out yesterday's show. So let me get back to her message again. It's about a 4-7 minute answer, I guess. How do you balance real-time data with long-term trends? So real-time data, first of all, you already have a trend, right? If it's real-time data, there's already a trend. And then as that real-time data starts to affect the trend, I mean, face it, the trend of anything has been around for always. Hey, Branson, how you doing? Has been around for always. So there is already trends, and data obviously has gotten more and more and more concise, more effective, more able to get to, which isn't necessarily a good thing. And those are some of the things we talked about in we do all sorts of conversations, mental health. What do I got? Two people on Friday. One's a person who builds industrial leadership within people, and has that knowledge to bring that out. And the second one is a AI automation. I mean, it's coming in big, coming in hard, and I love every minute of it, and I use it every day. So those trends, as the real-time data affects that, then that's how you manage that. And the easiest way, the best way, the future, no matter what way, is going to be using automation, AI, tools. We'll get into all those things later. I don't want to get into that today. Technically I should be leaving right now. Got a meeting, and then so the strategy meeting, and then I have another meeting in downtown Chicago with a former guest here that big author doing a lot of things, and so there's a little cooperation maybe going on there. We'll find out. So I think I got through that one, sort of. It was a roundabout answer, but I think I got there. Real-time data affects the trends that are already going on, in whatever area you're looking at. And then it becomes the trend. And I'm telling you right now, Ichel, I would, if you're not already, you probably are. You look fairly young. It's a picture. I don't know. But that automation, get started, get that in there and have that start. Because full reports talk about analyzing data that's being analyzed. Now there's small data and there's big data. So there's some different things happening there. And I'm not sure which one you're talking about, because big data was always the big thing that everybody wanted, and big data. But now you're able to get small data, and that's a little tighter, if you know what I mean. So moving on, Bradley, my bud, my shout out guy. What a trend do you think people are sleeping on? Depends on the age, it depends on the age and the personality, the education level, the background. And dude, you're throwing a wide net there. And so I think most people today around the world, look, let Bradley, I'm going to use you to pull a little politic talk in here. Have you noticed if half the people in this country admired and followed and look, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I am a success for the American people supporter. The rest of the freaking world is freaking celebrate. We do podcasts we stream all over the world. Probably about 60-70% of our viewers day in, day out are from here. And Canada, it has a let's call it North America, right? Which also is Mexico, but I don't think we do much there at all. But Germany is catching up. Sweden has got, I said this the other day, Sweden's got this fanatical, energetic little fan base there. One even flew out here a little bit ago, and everybody around the world is eagerly watching the United States transition out of all the bloated, corrupt, self-serving administrations of before, and there's so much to do. But you know what? The rest of the world is like, dude, yes. I'm talking about the leaders of the world and the people. I mean, you see demonstrations in the UK with tens of thousands of people saying, we support you. And then yet here, where we're getting the first benefit and leading the world to it, there's a political fight. WTF? I mean, seriously, what? News media has to be completely changed. Meaning we need to make honest efforts to really learn what is happening in our world. Sorry, I'm getting a little angry. So I'll slow down. But yeah, I'm going to get off this because I could talk forever on this, and everybody knows this. There's who was it? I think it was Bill Maher was talking to a couple other people, but there is, there's the middle. That's where most Americans basically live. What's happening, though, is the power structure of the great American middle class. Most people are in the middle, maybe lean a little tiny bit. I don't know what it shows. I guess I don't know what you guys are seeing, but this leaning to the right, I don't remember if I mirrored it or not, or just a little bit leaning to the left. I do that. Financial, much more conservative. Personally, I'm a little cheap, but in the social side, there's many valuable needs that relate to that. But here's the thing: the power's all here. No, it's not. It's the extremists that are here. And Bill made this thing. It was cool. Then it all meets back up in the middle. So there's a long way to go. And you know what? You suckers out here have got to stop it, man. Or us idiots in here got to say, shut the fuck up. You guys, stop it. We're starting to do that. I mean, it wasn't a year ago we were forced or shamed if we actually said it out loud. But you and I know we can't. I'm a male. I can't have babies. Come on, man. Yeah, I mean, the community's great. Love your love, there's all different people in the world. But politicians are shaming us into saying, you have to believe what they're saying. That's the science. Don't you know? And we're looking, and, we're not saying anything because, you get hammered. That started to slow down less than a year ago. It's still here. Okay, I'm worked up again. All right, I got to get off that. Bradley, What trends? It's the trend of how the political, the economic, the Doge, which blows me away how officials can actually look at a camera and say that Doge is evil. They're doing that because a lot of people are going to get caught. I mean, there's corruption. We talk about insider trading, the Nancy Pelosi's of the world and all that, much less savings accounts and different sets of medical, being able to receive medical at a much higher level. And shit, they hardly ever work. I mean, seriously, they do. Oh, God, I'm so pissed. All right, so that's what people are sleeping on. Last couple of ones here, and then I'm going to dive. So I appreciate you guys being here always. Branson, oh wow, you were yesterday. I had a new best friend in the morning. You remember the show? That dude was way cool. Yesterday afternoon was awesome. That I opened it up with the whole energy thing. That was awesome. But Branson, you are now my best friend now. And Rod always brings the wisdom. Hey, you know what? I'm a sucker for pat on the back or a kiss on the cheek anytime. Can't wait to hear more. Well, that's going to be, I don't know, for filming content tomorrow or meaning for the school classroom. And guys, let's get more into that as we go. I'm going to start, focusing more there than leaning more into that than the other subjects as much as I can, because time is now. Time's not in the future to get this done. So thank you, Branson. I really appreciate it. Looks like you're a speaker there. I've seen you before. All right. So okay. You know what? Antone, Giggle. Are you Italian? Is it no, maybe it's Greek. It might be Greek. Hey, Ronaldo. Remember I asked you, how do I do this? She will not tell me this Antone. But anyway, I'll mess around with it as well. So, hey, I haven't seen you in a little bit there. Yesterday, I blocked everybody. Luckily, today I didn't. I guess that dude, the second dude, came on really fast, and so I had like 3 other things going, and I had to enter him like an hour before the show because it shifted. It was yesterday was crazy, but I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, guys, I'm going to be jumping off pretty. What time is it? I got to leave. I got to go to Chicago. We're having a planning. There's a thing going on. I'm not really sure, but it obviously about the show. But I've been invited out there and looking forward to it. So I don't hold news very well, so whatever it is, we'll chat about it in the next day or two. I got 2 on Friday though, but I don't think I have more. So, back to Branson, you'll get more, whether you like it or not. All right. So, Antoni, Ronaldo, hey, oh, I like that little wave there. By the way, that thing you did the other day, I left a comment about overthinking. You know how we talk about that? Well, text about that. That was beautiful. I mean, you do a lot of really, really good stuff. I mean, all your stuff is really good stuff across your social media, beautiful artistry and so forth. You guys got to check her out. Anyway, thanks. Hey, good to see you. Probably chat with you a little bit later, hopefully. Do you think these trends will hold through the next quarter? Yeah. We got the next 2 years of what we're doing economically or administratively wise is I predict that within 2 years, we're going to have a whole different outlook, a whole different thing. I mean, not just AI. I mean, there's a reason we're cleaning up all the systems now. I mean, they should have been doing it the last few administrations. The airline, that's a system that's been around since what, the 50s or 60s. Over and over and over again, our systems across the board, the Treasury, my God, some of that stuff's in a cave because it started there. So the tradition, I mean, I get that. That's kind of cool, but it's kind of stupid. And then we have half the people in the country, or at least half the political structure in the country, throwing daggers and shooting arrows and throwing rocks and calling names and creating a havoc, in different organizations and places because they're making a point, and obviously there are a lot of people who believe that point. I don't know when that'll change though. So that's what yes, I think the trends are going to be different. The linear trend, like this, it's like the stock market. It goes like this, but it goes like this. So there's that. But this whole economic, social structure of ours in the next 2 years isn't going to be back to normal. It's going to be it's going to be what the founders originally conceived of for this country to flourish, the people of this country to flourish. I got to get my dogs out here, so I'm going to be jumping off. I'm just warning you guys. Do you think these trends will hold next quarter, Jason? If that wasn't what you were working towards, ask me on the next show. I don't want to be. I get in a lot of trouble for doing crazy, funky stuff. So, what a great show yesterday! I'm glad you were there. I was getting texts, hey, we can't, and in the middle of the show, I tried as best I could. But it's kind of cool is not have, well, some people told me I was a lot more relaxed and involved in that episode yesterday afternoon. One, it was a great story. They all are. But I wasn't doing this, and I was more engaged. I've been told. I don't know that I'm not ever engaged, but if I'm more than usually engaged, I think that was pretty cool. And I reviewed part of it last night. I haven't got all through my reviews. I do that at night. I sit back on the couch, kick my feet up on the table, and get cozy and watch it because it's hard to know. I feel you're interacting with them, of the guests and you, but it's really kind of really cool to go back and review that and know the feelings and thoughts you had going through your mind, and then coming back into that and seeing what the audience, from the audience standpoint, right? I mean, that's the whole concept, and that's why I always try and screw around with things because we got no money, nothing. I mean, a little bit to just where the guests throw stuff in to kind of help along there so we don't go broke. But we're getting there, man. Just keep supporting us, and I'll be able to maybe even afford enough to have somebody help, like Ronaldo was saying the other day. You need some help there with like a computer, a screen that helps work with the career, the comments. And I thought that was, and I texted her back. I said, that's a great idea. I wonder how that would work. And we were kind of farting around with the idea for just a second, nowhere. But yesterday, the comments that came back, people who know me, and text me or whatever, they they were, that comment about being more involved now connects with what she was talking about even more, because if that's true, and still be able to shout out people and talk about things, but focus on the guest instead of transitioning the questions from the audience to the guest. If I can get that, I mean, keep joining on, man. Give us, I don't know, shouts, send us around, spread us around so we can, we're almost over that hill, and we're going to get there, but I could use help now. Anyway, no, and producer Barbie does all the other stuff. So I do all this. She does all that. Plus she jumps on here at times. So, I'm not throwing stones there. Thank you very much, Ronaldo. I appreciate it. You notice I fixed Ronaldo, right? Okay. I just saying. So many great points already. Thank you for going live. Jeff, hey, Jeff, are you from my old industry, the machinery business? I think I know you from then. If you're the same person, I can't quite tell in the picture. It looks like it. So anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Rod, dropping gems as always. Danny, woo! I appreciate Danny. Sorry. There's two things. I really consider my physical health kind of a blessing. There's things, I mean, I've gone through a lot, but there's a couple things that I have as an Achilles heel: my teeth and my eyes. My vision drives me nuts. I'm wearing, like, if anybody ever buys, those readers that you buy off the shelf, and they're +1, +2, +3, and that. I always used, I needed glasses as a kid, and that's horrible when you're a little, getting through elementary school and you're the dude with the glasses, 50 some years ago. It wasn't all that bad, but I mean, I could never see the chalkboard. I actually had to sit in the front row, and then I got some glasses, hated those. At one point in my life, I got LASIK surgery. That worked, but I'm both nearsighted and farsighted. I don't know how that way. Anyway, but my point is, I was getting up into the 3.5s, 3.5 on the readers. And then finally I just gave up, especially I started doing the show. I said earlier, I'm cheap. So I don't spend money on myself. I spend money, but I don't need that much. So I don't spend that much on myself. I mean, I've got, never mind. So, hey, thanks, Danny. I appreciate it. You were very, okay, here we go. Okay. See, yeah. Okay. You were very relaxed yesterday, both, and you are, and the guest had good information. Yeah. I can't agree with you more. Hey, you're really coming in hard today. I love it. Thanks. We haven't chatted in a while, and I really appreciate the conversation here. I'm glad I came on. So, Danny, how do you stay up with? How do you stay so updated without burning out? That's part of the reason I accepted this invite to go out to, actually, the Botanical Gardens has a cafe. I've been to the one. I hope this one has butterfly. Have you ever been to a arboretum? There's a couple. There's a few of them around here, but there are some that have, like, the arboretum. You walk through the different plants and landscaping and so forth. When Maddie was first born in Texas, we all went out to that, and it's just beautiful. I flew myself and my older granddaughter flew out from California to Texas. You guys know all that story, but when we were there, it broke. I was trying to get you guys to figure out what that was, and it broke, both mine and Emma's. We bought it in the gift shop store there. And it was just kind of a remembrance of, our first big trip together, right? It was really cool. I dug that trip. But my point is, the ones with butterflies, the butterflies are beautiful, man. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. Some of them have it, some of them don't, I guess. I don't go to every arboretum in the world. As a matter of fact, the one here in Naperville, I've gone, it's like literally on the other side of the free. I think it takes me, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic, to get to the freeway. And then as you start to head, which I will be shortly, into Chicago on the left-hand side, as you're headed towards Chicago from Naperville, there's a huge arboretum over there. There's also the Fumi Lab, that breaks ions. So how do I stay so updated without burning out? I love this. This is like crack cocaine to me. Not that I know what crack or do or don't know what crack cocaine does, but we all know what it does, right? So don't throw any daggers at me here. I'm just talking about, for example, I don't get a lot of sleep. I did get a lot of sleep last night. I got 7 hours and 50 minutes of sleep. My watch gives me crazy information. Okay, I'm wrapping up now. You guys are addicting, but I have to. It's an hour and a half drive, and I've got an hour and 10 minutes to get there, and I still got to take my doggies out. Those big old boys would make a mess if I wasn't fair to them. So last question, because it's her. You got the name right. Yeah. Finally, and I'm sorry, for how long was before you finally said, hey, by the way, I'm not complaining, but what was it, like months? I was saying the name incorrectly. All right, so up here. Okay, Denver has, they do. Oh, cool. I've been to Denver. I haven't. Oh, that'd be awesome. Chat. All right, I'm signing off with that. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I will be talking again tomorrow, whether I'm doing just B-roll kind of stuff or stuff for the school class. Either that. I don't think I have a guest tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another Morning Joe. Ronaldo, we talked about this, and it seems like enough people can come on and this energizes me. How do I stay from not being burned out? I have family blood that's very, I use the word manic. There's just energy going all the time. When I get back and start doing some of the review, I'll get a call from producer Barbie, or I'll call her about something. She's a couple hours behind us, right, on the West Coast. And, I've just been enjoying that thing and kind of making some notes and, what I might want to do different or whatever, you know what I mean? And so we'll start talking together about something, and this will start. We're talking about 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I'm pumping myself up, not on purpose. Remember that guy yesterday with the electricity? Buy into that, man. Ronaldo, you said it was great information. I freaking agree. It was kind of, I wouldn't want, that would be tough. I don't know how he does that, meaning that if he just allows it, the body, electricity, the energy flows through and does things. But I tried a number of the things he talked about, and dude was dead on, man. All right. So, this is Insights and Straight Talk. I'm your host, obviously, Rod Duff, alongside producer Barbie. And we're here every day. One of us at least are here every day. And we're making a everyday commitment. I think I'm going to start like a 7, 8, probably an 8 a.m. I don't want to add more time. I get here sometimes 5, 6, but That's only because I don't want to say, what else am I going to do? I mean, it's either the dogs or this, or sitting around doing nothing, which I have no problem with, but you can only do so much of that. So at the end of the day, as I said, hey guys, I appreciate you being here. The support just means so much, and we need to just get over that hump. I want to do this the rest of my life. And with that, I'm out.
Before you leave, if you'd like to watch another one of the podcasts, click the first link in the description. We love having you here, and we appreciate all your support.
And with that, producer Barbie and I are out.